I'm like, you don't, if you're following me, you'll know that I just retired 6 months ago. Anyway, and I was able to do it, which was cool. Anyway, somebody stole our shovel. Like, I kid you flipping not. I went out and bought a Fisker's shovel. And if you guys know how expensive those are, they got to be like about $40 to $50. They're expensive. And my shovel's missing. And I had contractors here and they freaking stole my shovel. Who does that? Seriously? It's a freaking shovel. I mean, I know it was a nice shovel, but like we've been looking for it for days and I know where I left it. And I had a contractor out here. They had to have stolen my shovel. Like, who does that? Seriously. I mean, really. Like, it just floors me that somebody would be like, I have to go buy another one. It was a $50. A couple of years ago. Like, I live out in the country in the middle of nowhere. And while I was in Florida, they stole all our patio furniture. And they stole a wheelbarrow. I'm at a point where I've had less stealing when I was in the city. And I'm at a point where I'm ready to put a fence and a gate and everything around my property. So I was like this morning looking for my shovel and couldn't find it. So, and if you guys don't know, I'm also raising chickens. So we found out that the raccoon that we're trying to catch has killed like a dozen of my chickens. That we're going to set marshmallows. Did you guys ever hear that before? Marshmallows like catch raccoons because they like the sweet, and it's sticky. I don't know. I'm going to try it because the neighbors have been doing it and they've been catching some of the raccoons for us too, but they're helping us out. But we're going to try to set a trap tonight. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to take you guys. Hi guys, I'm going to go ahead and go live. So my chickens are all okay. They're all healthy and they're not as traumatized now. They're starting to settle down. I mean, you have no idea when you've seen like your friends eating. I mean, I kid you not. I cried. I had lost 3 of the chickens I've bred myself, and I breed my own chickens. I like that. They're healthier when you breed them on your own property. Okay, so I know you guys don't know that because there's microbes in your soil, and that's yeah. So yes, so it's a raccoon. It is a raccoon. I've seen the raccoon go up underneath my deck. I'm afraid it's living there with its family. I have a deck that's 1,000 square feet because I own a assisted living, and it goes all the way around my deck. All the way around my house. So anyway, so after this, before I start my readings, I do my readings 1 to 8 on Mondays. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to buy a new shovel. I can't believe that they had to have stopped. Even my husband said, he goes, you know what? That was there. When you're right. When I left for work and he left the contractor waiting for me in the driveway. And so I came back and was talking to this contractor. He stole my damn shovel. I'm like, I kid you not. He had to have. And I'm like, I told my husband, I'm like, and he goes, oh yeah, I bet they did. Like, and you go figure, My husband is better. My husband is much better. And remember, I made a prediction. I hope I'm right because my cards were saying, and everybody was saying that I'm not going to catch this. I've been steering clear. I have almost like 2 separate houses. And so I've been staying clear I have my own private bathroom, my own bedroom, sort of my own TV. I'm at a point where I need to just put a TV in there, but it bothers my back. So you guys know what it's like if you don't have. I have to have a very, very firm mattress. So you guys know what a sway back is. I have a natural sway back, and so if I have a nice firm mattress, I'm fine. But if it gets soft, it just bothers my back. So I was dragging this morning. So people are like, oh, I know Divergent Heart said he picked up because he's an empath. He picked up that my back was bothering me this morning. And I said, well, that's okay because I picked up that your hip and your throat was a little sore. And he's got COVID at his house too. So let's say a prayer for him. So yeah. Anyway. All right. Oh, your cards were saying I'm not supposed to catch it. But now you have to remember with tarot cards can vary day to day. I don't always trust tarot cards all the way around. That's why I don't use them. That's why when you call me, I'm a medium. And that's why when you talk to me, I'm talking to your family because they're trustworthy. They know things we don't know. Now, do they know everything? No, they don't. But I want to say they have an insight on a lot of things we don't, but not completely everything. That's at least my stint on the whole thing. So, okay. Hi, guys. Anyway, now hold on here. Okay, that's okay. All right. So, hey, hi, guys. Good morning. Everybody's starting to come on. Yes, I'm going to take questions this morning. Like I said, if you're interested, book a reading with me. I noticed that my prices are very similar to some people's. I'm $75 for half an hour, and I am $130 for an hour. So a lot of people like the first time they see me is an hour, and then after that they only need a half hour. And I am, okay, I just got a message. I know that I'm going to start having email questions again. I just for now blocked them because they kept going to everywhere. So we're trying to direct them to a certain box. So I always know when they're coming in. And so I haven't. So, and I missed people and I felt bad and I didn't want them to think that I was blowing them off. So I just blocked that for now. So once I get a grip on everything and I'm juggling it right, I think my prices are fair, especially when I've been doing it for 25 years. So, and by the way, I do guarantee my mediumship. I just had first person in about 2 years I gave money back. I could not find anybody. And it's so funny. I gave her money back and she was disappointed. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna waste everybody's time. And I'm not gonna say that I know something when I can't connect. And she comes back and I kept saying, I said, well, there is a woman coming through. And she's like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, well, I guess I can't connect. She's like, yeah, the next day she says, oh, I do know who that was. And I'm like, well, make another appointment then. So I'm pretty fair about it, All right. How is my husband? He is doing better. He may actually be able to go back to work here in a day or two. He's that much better. But he had a 90 temperature, like even yesterday morning. So now he's not so bad. And he's not really coughing with it. It's more drainage. So he's been taking Sudafed and stuff like that. So he seems like he's okay. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take a couple questions. Remember, I'm only on here half an hour and then I have to do a whole bunch of errands before I do my readings. I'll have to go get a new shovel. I kid you not. I still can't believe people. I can't believe people nowadays. They just blatantly just do it. It's just they do whatever they want. And I'm astounded. People didn't act like this when I was growing up. What has come to this world? I don't get it. I know we're in the age of Aquarius where there's going to be purging, but I don't get it. I'm not that old, but you know what I mean? We didn't, even 10 years ago, even 15, you didn't act like this. Like, what is up with people? You don't walk into people, start calling them racist names, and you just didn't act like that. You just didn't. So, yeah. Okay. Your husband, will my Hashimoto's go into remission? Okay, listen to me about Hashimoto's. I have it. Now, my thyroid is not being affected. That's what's so weird. Because you know what? It's inflammation. And you know what? I need to lose weight. If I lose this weight, then I'm going to get weight loss surgery. It's going to go away. They've done research that says that sometimes when people are overweight, like it's like a catch-22. You're overweight, so you get Hashimoto's, and you got Hashimoto's because you're overweight. So it's like a catch-22. But losing weight, a lot of times will cure it. So I've done my research, and I'm pretty sure that by getting my weight loss surgery, which I am getting, that it's going to. So we're going to see, but I have Hashimoto's also, but you know what? It's also genetic. My daughter has it and she's what is she, a size 6? But she's got it. And you do guys know that most people that live in the Midwest, the upper Midwest or in the general area have Hashimoto's. Did you know that? You know why? We are low in iodine and selenium in the soil. The soil has a tendency to not have what it needs, and we need minute traces. Now, the best way to find selenium, now listen to this, is buffalo meat. So think about, because it's a natural growing animal on this continent. Do you see how the nature works? And so I do supply selenium to myself, and maybe that's why my thyroid is completely working. I've got all the hormones. I don't have any goiter or anything, but I do have Hashimoto's. And I do notice also with stress, when I'm stressed out, the numbers go up because it's 300 times what it's supposed to be. Now, when I was feeling good and I was thinking, and I'd lost some weight for a little while there before I quit working. Anyway, it went down to 100. And my doctor's like, what are you doing right? And I said, I'm not stressed out. I'm exercising, that type of thing. And I have been exercising, but yeah, like I said, I've been under some stress lately. So it goes up and down. So pay attention to your stress too. It works. It really is true. Okay. So, okay. Will your son start speaking soon? I know this is crazy. I know this, and I'm picking up that he just doesn't have much to say. Like he doesn't want to. Like he has the capability, but he doesn't want to. Is he delayed? I don't really think so. Okay, I just don't feel like he'll talk when he's ready. And remember, I don't know if you guys know, but I also was a diagnostician for the public schools. And I would identify learning disabilities, speech impediments. I did all of that for a few years before I was an art teacher. And I had a knack for it because I kind of instinctively didn't know why, but I just knew what was wrong. Like if they had an auditory processing problem, I would pick it up right away and I'd know. And they're like, how are you getting that? And I don't know. I think, and I was doing that in my 20s, maybe 24 or 25 years old. So I think, honestly, I probably had a psychic ability then and just wasn't aware of it. So, because it is in my chart. If you look at your astrology chart, one of these days, I'm going to show all you guys where you can find out if you've got ability and what your ability is, because you can see it in your astrology chart. Okay. Why is your son hyper? Well, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's what we're feeding them, and it's a combination. Did you know that the acetaminophen, which they tell us we can have the whole time we're pregnant, is causing ADHD and autism? Isn't that interesting that since the 80s when acetaminophen started, that now we've got more autism? And yeah, isn't that interesting? Now, my youngest daughter has ADD, and I did drink a little caffeine, and I was older. I was in my 30s when I had her. And I remember taking aspirin, which I wouldn't do with my other two children. My other two children are fine. So I'm telling you, there is something to it. I don't care what anybody says. There's something to it. And now my granddaughter, my daughter had to take a lot of medicine to stay. She couldn't keep anything down. She had lost like 20 pounds, 25 pounds. She was already thin. And so they had to give her special medicine, and now my granddaughter's hyper. And I'm like, I don't know. If you can get away without taking one single thing while you're pregnant, you can't trust anybody. So, yeah. Let's see what we get here. I'm going to answer some more questions. Is he super intelligent? Yeah, you know what? Hyperactivity and super intelligence go together. You do know that, right? Yeah, because the mind is so intelligent, it's running and it's trying to. People who are super intelligent have have their hands in many things. Get him involved in lots of things, and then let him. I've seen that too. Where I've got people. I used to teach LD gifted kids. Yes, it's true. People like learning disabled don't mean that you're not intelligent. I had people that had 130 IQs and couldn't read because they were so dyslexic. So I used to find them things. I'd make them centers and stuff like that, things to do, and I'd give them something creative to take up their time when they used to do that when I taught special ed. I taught special ed 7 years before somebody brought a loaded handgun to shoot one of my students, and that day we were all separated because I was gone that day, or we'd all be dead. If you guys don't think of that, that doesn't happen every day in these schools. Yeah, and that was in the 90s. Then don't believe me. But I'm going to tell you, I can tell I've seen loaded weapons. I've seen machetes. You guys don't know what's going on in these schools. You just really don't. So, yeah. All right, hold on. Hi, Savannah. My daughter's name is Savannah. Is that my Savannah? No, that's not. That's you, Savannah. Okay. When I named my daughter Savannah, she's 34. People thought I had named her Moonbeam. They thought that was the weirdest name they'd ever heard. And I said, we named her Savannah. And it's gotten really trendy. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. Yes, I think it's a scary time, too. This is a scary time. I've never seen things like this. And I don't understand why people are so mean to each other. I don't get it. It's one thing to be a little snippy. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or say, but it's downright nastiness. And open stealing, open corruption, they're openly taking money from you. And nobody's doing anything. I don't get it. I don't get it. So somebody explain it to me. I know we're purging. And I said the next 4 years are going to be like hell, but it's going to get better. And We're already through the year, so we got 3 more. I said by 2026 things are going to settle down here in the world and in the United States, and it's going to be coming. It's going to come full circle. So yeah. Anyway, hi guys. Let's see. Anyone have my? Somebody took your trash can. Yeah, I like somebody looked at it and then looked like you were crazy. Exactly. I made a point where I like being by myself. I only have 2 neighbors on each side, and then I have a couple around the corner, and then I have down the road that I've got like a farm that's two, maybe a few hundred yards away, and it just continues down. And I've never had the thing stolen the way I've had it stolen here. I can't. It just astounds me. So I'm at a point where I'm pretty sure I'm going to put a fence up. I'm done, because then I know for sure that somebody took it. Because if I've got a gate that closes and I've got a circle driveway, I'm like, yeah. Anyway, will you get a new job soon, Megan? You're looking at an interview in August, and it all depends on, I don't know if you want that job, though. It doesn't feel like you want that job. It might be something else that comes up. But there is an interview coming here in August. I want to say around the 10th. Okay? All right? And by the way, I don't need cards. I'm going to remind anybody that's seeing me that's never met me before. I don't use cards. I don't need them. I find cards distracting. The only time I pull cards is for you if I'm doing a daily pull. That's the only time I use them. Okay. Sometimes I'll use them for me for a yes or no if I'm having a hard time hearing clearly. But usually my guides come to me and tell me things. So, and by the way, I know I'm not a medical medium officially, but I have to remember 2 weeks ago I lost a guide, a very, very, very dear friend that was a homeopathic chiropractor. And I'm telling you, the stuff he's telling me is right on the money with some people's health. And I told somebody yesterday, I said, you need to be on bergamot for your kidneys. And she's like, huh? I said, well, let's look that up. And sure enough, that's to flush kidneys. Because she had bruised kidneys. So she had a car accident. And I said, you have something wrong with your kidneys. They're bruised. You need to, you get them working again, and you need to flush. And you need bergamot. And sure enough, I don't know where it comes from. I know it's coming from him because he's sitting on a chair, drinking a martini and talking to me and says to me, you know what? I can continue my craft through you. And that's what we're going to do. That's what he said to me. And I'm like, okay. Because he knew me. We were soulmates. We've known each other in another lifetime. I knew it. And I'm really missing him because he was one of the few doctors I trusted. So I'm at the point where I'm kind of looking for somebody else. And here he is on the other side. And it's not the same. I still miss him. I miss him dearly. So, yeah. Yeah, isn't that neat? It's neat. I just can't. She even said, she goes, wow, I've never had somebody give me a medical reading as accurate as you. And I'm like, okay. I said, I know I got new guides. I got a new guide. It'd be interesting for me to go to a medium and see if he comes through to the medium. You know, I go to psychics too, right? I do. Yeah, there's some that I kind of laugh at them. I had one that I went to recently. Well, I don't give time frames. Why wouldn't you give time frames? Like, really? Like, you're not advanced enough? Like, why am I here? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, no offense. I mean, everybody's in their own spot in their journey. But I I couldn't help it. I chuckled. I was like, I started laughing. I'm like, really? And I didn't say anything. You know what I mean? I sometimes go to psychics and don't tell them I'm psychic. Now, I know that if they're real psychics, they'll pick up that I am. Because I can tell when I'm talking to somebody if you're psychic or if you have ability, if you're an empath, if you have the gift of dreams, or you have the gift of discernment, I can tell. And so, yeah. So it's funny. Okay. What are you? Okay. What area are you from? I'm from Wisconsin, Illinois border. Hour and a half northwest of Chicago. I'm right on the state line. I grew up in Wisconsin. My parents worked in Illinois. And anybody that knows this, say if your family does this, you make better wages and stuff in Illinois, but you live in Wisconsin because it's cheaper. So people go back and forth, and that's my parents always did it, and I did it too. We lived in Illinois. I lived in the Rockford, Illinois area. My kids went through Rockton, Roscoe, Hononegah schools. And we moved up here and bought a farm because we couldn't find the land we wanted. And Illinois' taxes are so high. So that's what we're doing. And, 7 miles, I think, from the border. It's something 6 miles. It's something like that. I'm right there. So, and I'm 2 miles off of I-90. So if you guys know where that is. So yeah. Okay. You guys have to ask me fairly specific questions. Okay. I can answer them. When you call me, I don't have to. I do a cold reading. I just kind of like go with what they're telling me. Usually they're telling me something like they're happy for you that you made a new choice. And that's how we start the conversation. Or you need to get rid of this man is what they say. I will never tell you what to do, but they say that this is not a good relationship for you. And they'll be surprised. And I'll be like, I just repeat what they're saying. They're watching. So do you see how see. Okay. Oh, Waukesha. I know where Waukesha is. Yes, I do. I have college. One of my college roommates is from Waukesha. I go to Waukesha quite a bit. There is a wicked good restaurant in Waukesha, Wisconsin that has the best veal, eggplant parmesan I've ever had. So I know where Waukesha is. It's about an hour from me or so. Yeah. So I know where everything is. I'm about an hour west of Milwaukee, and I'm 40 minutes south of Madison. And I'm about an hour and 15 minutes from Chicago. So I'm like, and they call it the triad because a lot of people live here because they travel to one of those cities. So yeah. Okay, so hold on, I'll get some questions. To Mackinac Island. Should I take a trip? Yes, you should. I love Mackinac Island. We were thinking we're going to Pictured Rocks, Michigan, on Lake Superior, Upers, UP. If you guys don't know what a Yooper is, that's the Upper Peninsula. Michigan is not just the little mitten. It has like a piece up above, and they're Yoopers. They're called Yoopers. And I'm going up there. We're taking 2 trips. I'm going to Salem in about 2 weeks. So you guys, I'll be taping it. So I'm going to meet some interesting people. I was told in a meditation that I should go and that I was going to meet some good connections and people that I need to meet. So we're going to Niagara Falls. I'm staying with a friend from YouTube here. I make friends all the time on here, you guys. You know that if you call me regularly, what happens, right, is become part of my chart and we become friends. So, and then I'm going to go there to Salem. So if anybody's going to be near Salem, I've got a friend in New York. I know it's kind of far from Salem, but she keeps trying to get me to come, and I've known her for like 10 years. So I told her maybe I would come. She said she'd come to New Jersey, so I'd be a little closer. And I said, maybe that's what we'll do. But I think it's like, someone told me it was like 6 hours from Salem, Massachusetts to New York. So from what I can understand, but it might be less than that. I don't know. You guys might be from the area. I don't know. I just know I don't go to the East Coast much. I'm more of a West Coast, out West, Southwest, or Florida. Those are my places I usually go. I am going to be going though. I was going to go to Toronto, but my husband doesn't have his passport. We can't find it. But I'm going to be going out. I wanted to go to Vancouver also. So I'm starting to travel. I'm retired, remember? So, okay. It's a good question. Will you ever feel at complete peace? Okay. First of all, feeling at complete peace is a state of mind. Okay. What you need to do is you may be in an awakening. If you're not, you get to a point where you've just accepted who you are and what you're doing. And if you haven't gotten to that way, you're in a like a spiritual awakening. Now, I'm in the process of writing a book about it, the 7 stages of a spiritual awakening, because a lot of people don't realize that's what's going on with them. So, but it is a state of mind. Try this. If this does not work for you guys, smile for 3 minutes a day, and you'll be happier. It sends a signal to your brain to be happy. I kid you not. Try it. Just smile. And even seeing somebody else smile makes you smile. Did you know that? It's true. It's true. Okay. All right. Hold on. I'm reading. Okay. Oh, I'd love to come to New York. That's one place I'm not a big city person. Chicago's big enough for me. And I know Chicago really well, but I like to be out in the country in the mountains or out in the rivers, and I'm that type of person. But I've been thinking about the New York thing because there's a lot of people that are my followers. They're from there, and I mean a lot. I got Long Island, I got Staten Island, I got a lot of people that are out there that want to connect with me. So I've been thinking about it. Like I will be going to Greenville, South Carolina in October. And there is a healing center that someone wants me to be a part of. So we're going to be looking at that also. And I think Divergent Heart and I are going, and we're bringing spouses. So I don't know if my husband's coming. I don't know if he's not much of a traveler. So I know Divergent Heart probably bringing his spouse, but yeah. So anyway, all right. So hold on here. Why are you anxious lately? Because we're waiting for the ball to drop. We're waiting for that shoe to drop. What is going on with this country? That is, and we can all feel it. And if you're an American, now I don't, on my YouTube, it's only 40% American. The rest of the people are UK, Australia, New Zealand, India, where else am Netherlands. But most of the people on TikTok, 92% are Americans on TikTok. So it's very interesting. It's a very interesting feed, I guess I say. So yeah. Is your relationship meant to be with Zach? Yes, but there's one of you guys has to heal a lot first. And I want to say it's him. There's I don't know if they're coming, one of you guys are coming out of a bad relationship. If you can get the healing and over the hump, it could be very real for you. Okay. All right. Been to Greensboro. Yeah. No, not Greensboro, Greenville. I think I said Greensboro, didn't I? Greenville, South Carolina. And so, I've been invited to stay with somebody and teach classes and go on ghost hunts. So we're gonna make it a big event. I'm also gonna do a gallery reading where there's 30 people and I'm just reading for you, reading. You know what I'm saying? That's a very normal. I don't like doing them very often because I feel like people get ripped off and then people are disappointed and that's not fair. So I'm really that's kind of yeah. So anyway, all right, hold on. Oh, thank you. Yes, I do have. That's what I'm answering right now is questions. Yep. Will you get a hip replacement in about 2 to 3 years? Not yet. Not yet. Okay. I don't know if you just don't need it or they're putting it off but it'll be a while. I say 2 to 3. So to be honest, it could be 2 to 3 months, but it's not 2 to 3 weeks, but 2 to 3 months, but I still think it's about 2 years. It seems that way. Okay. All right. You're disabled. Will you find love again? I want to say you're going to have a really deep friendship. I guess it could become love, but I feel like it's more of a deep friendship with somebody. Okay. All right. Is Joe not the right man for me, Victoria? Well, I don't know if you guys are you guys still together or did you break up? Because if you did break up, you're going to come back together for a while. And I think this next time, if you guys do break up, it'd be you. I wonder if you've outgrown him. That's my thought to you. Okay. All right. Hi, guys. Is your husband using you? Okay. You want my opinion on marriage? All husbands use their wives. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says, but yeah, no, I feel like he's not trying to. I feel like he's genuine, by the way. Okay. I've been married 35 years, so I can say these things. So yes, I've been married 35 years. And yeah, has it been easy? Oh, heck no. Have I been separated once or twice? Yes. So yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. Just recently married a fabulous man. Do you see us living a long life? How old are you now? I can tell you. I don't like to tell people how long they'll live, but I can tell I know more than sometimes I give out because I've asked God not to give me that kind of information because it's just negative. But I sometimes get it. I accidentally predicted. I had a very, very dear friend of mine. And I said to her, will you please watch your husband's heart? Because he had just gotten out of the hospital. I said, you need to watch his heart, please, or he's going to have a heart attack again. And she was so upset. And in 2 weeks, he did have a heart attack and he passed. And I don't want to know that, you know what I'm saying? But I got it because Spirit wanted me to give that message to her so she was prepared. And I usually, okay, it could have possibly been prevented. When they give me information that I can tell to you, that means we can prevent it. If something happens and I can't prevent it, I won't know. Now, somebody asked me just now, Did you know COVID? Did you know COVID was going to happen? No, but this is what happened. In January, before we went to the shutdown and all this COVID got bad and blah, 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 my father-in-law came to me and was telling me, we'll be okay. We'll all be okay. He kept saying that. I had no idea what he was talking about, but now in retrospect, I knew. And he sat and talked with me like 3 hours. Like, okay, so you guys know I'm from Wisconsin, so I love the Packers, right? And I'm sitting watching a damn Packer game, and he's telling me all this information. Like, I couldn't believe how much. And he's like, "Don't worry, Medicare for all is on its way. You're good. We're gonna get Medicare for all. It's gonna be brought back up in a year and a half, and people are gonna push it through. It's gonna go through." And I still say what it's going to, by the way. And he was giving me all kinds of information, like some of this stuff, these predictions I got from him, and he just kept saying, "You're going to be okay." The whole family, and that December, everybody in my family from Christmas got COVID. The baby, my baby granddaughter, she was 6 months old. Everybody got COVID, but everybody was okay. And so he was trying to tell us, I just didn't understand what was coming. I sometimes don't understand some of my predictions. Like I recently made a prediction about Boris Johnson getting into it with the Queen. Well, what I meant by the Queen was the government. I understand monarchies and I understand parliament, but I didn't understand the government. I didn't understand that. So I repeated, but I did say something about Boris Johnson getting into it with the Queen. And I just didn't understand that that's what I was seeing was he was getting into it with the rest of the government because he left. So, and I said that last year in June. So I always do a 6 month predictions, whatever. Okay. Okay. So hold on. Let me take a couple. My college job placements will be starting soon. Will I get a good placement? Okay. What's a good placement? One you like that works around your hours. Whatever this is, they will definitely work around your hours. And you might want to wish for more hours. I don't know, or a little more pay. I know they have like a mandatory pay. I just feel like it's not quite what you need. You need a little bit more. So, okay. All right. Hold on here, guys. All right. Okay. You guys don't do a general reading, because what happens when you do a general reading for me? Right now I only have about 200 people on. It's not that much. I've had 200,000 at one time on my podcast. Anyway, is that when you do that, what does it drains me. You will literally see my energy change because I'm trying to concentrate, and I'm trying to concentrate through other people sending me energy. And so it's hard. That's why I ask to keep the questions simple, to keep them yes and no is even easier. But it's easy for me to answer. But when I can get the answer, but especially if you just call me it's one-on-one because it's just you. But you understand, you guys a collective energy you're giving me. And I'm trying to piece through it. And you'll see me, sometimes I get the wrong person coming through because they're trying to come through to a loved one that's here on, do you see what I'm saying? So, and it drains me. So, okay. All right. You do great on your new career? Well, I'm going to tell you, I bet that's in your Scorpio. You guys do know that I'm also astrologer, and I'm telling you, wherever that Scorpio is sitting is where you'll do well. I do feel like you're supposed to be doing what you're doing, because right now, most likely your Scorpio, because Scorpio is transformational, sits in one of your houses of the 12 houses of astrology. And I can guarantee, I bet it sits in about the 4th. It could be sitting in the 1st. Because that's all about you and who you are, because you could become a new person. But it's probably 4th or 6th house. So I can guarantee, and if you call me, I do that. Every time you call me, I look up your astrology also. Because if you've got also a Pisces somewhere sitting, the luck is coming October 28th, and you have to trust me on this because I witnessed it firsthand. I am a Pisces moon. That luck is true. There's luck. There's just like you're being blessed from the other side. There is no such thing as real luck, right? You're being blessed from the other side. Okay. All right. Couple more questions. Hi, Princess. Oh, you didn't come on time. You're okay, Princess. And I have to get back to you. We're going to be pulling, by the way, I'm telling Princess because she's one of my followers on my classes. I'm teaching a class this Wednesday. I will be. I'm gonna start runes. I choose different things all the time. Like I'm gonna teach you how to drop an egg in water. I know how to read them. You know, like if you want to do that as a tool. And see, like I said, with tarot cards, they can change from day to day. That's why I said in general, you just learn how to read stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? But I know how to do odd stuff. I don't know where I learned the egg drop thing. But anyway, I know how to read one. Anyway, and I'm teaching a class, and if you want to join me, it's buymeacoffee.com. She's having trouble with Buy Me a Coffee. So I'm in the process of pulling everything off of there and everything off of my website onto WordPress, so you can just log in when you want to. And I don't have to send you a link or anything, and you just log in. And we're working hard, and I've exploded. You guys don't know, but I've gone up 671% in followers in 30 days. And if you guys don't know, I have help. That's what it is. I have Divergent Heart, who is helping me. He's moderating and doing a lot of my computer work. So he's basically an assistant to me. And I'm in the process of hiring one of my high school kids. I got to go talk to her today and see if she can help, because I can't keep up. There's no way I can possibly keep up. And it's a good growth. But did you see me acting kind of weird the last couple of weeks? I was like, because there was it's calmed down now because I've gotten used to it. And you have to understand, I'm not used to this. People are recognize me in the public. I go out, people will go, oh, aren't you that lady on TikTok? I kid you not. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, I'm really, they recognize me at the bank. They recognize me I went to Subway to get a salad and he recognized me. So it's strange to me. I'm trying to get used to it. So if I seem a little bit, like I'm trying to get used to it. So, okay. Because I am here for you. And what you see is what you get. We just had that discussion. I'm not doing gimmicks. I'm not playing games. I'm gonna tell you what I think. You know, and if this is what you see. This personality is the personality you get when you call me on the phone. I don't change anything. I'm not any different. You know, like some starlets, are like, oh, they're like a certain way, and then they're like completely different when they're in real life. This is it's a Sag thing. I'm a Sag sun. What you see is what you get. I'm not playing games. I just don't have time for that. So anyway, all right, 2 more questions, and I gave you extra time today because I think it's 37. Yeah, I'm in on here 40 minutes. Can I scan your body? Yes, I can. And what's the name here? Ram? I'm having a hard time seeing it. Ramona? Do you have a knee problem? Or a hip problem? It's one or the other. Is it out of alignment or is it just achy? You also have some type of old injury in a wrist. You need to drink more water. See how I can do all this. It's not that hard. And you have to remember, I'm telling you, I have a new guide. And if you guys know, I'm on hyperdrive at this point. I've got at least 6 guides telling me answers. And they're experts. I mean, the guy that just passed, he's an expert. He was the most trusted person I've ever met. I loved him dearly. I really did. I loved him, and he knew it. And we talked. We talked in a way other people don't talk. And anyway, okay, do you have an old back injury also, Ramona? Like, I want to say there is some type of, see how he goes back to the back all the time? Because he says that's the source of everything. The source of good health is a good, healthy back. Anyway, I want to say you might have one vertebrae that's either twisted, or you have a nerve pinched, or you have like a small rupture in a disc. There's something in like mid to lower back. So tell me if I'm not right. Okay? All right. Why can't my questions be seen? I see them. I can see them. Don't worry, I can see them. Okay. Will this job be temporary? It seems temporary, but they're telling me that it's going to get lengthened, and they like you. They're going to keep you on. Okay. One more question, you guys. One more question. I know my numbers are starting to go up because I'm on here every 3 days a week. Let me give you my schedule, 3 days a week at 8 o'clock in the morning, because I'm a morning person. You have to remember, I taught normally I was doing this at 7 a.m. because I went to school in the morning after this. But now I'm not, but I'm still a morning person. And then Tuesday nights, Tarot Tuesday. I call it Tarot Tuesday. So I call it, but I don't do tarot. I don't need tarot. I got tarot cards behind me because I love them. I love cards. But at the same point, I don't need them. So yeah. Love the clock. Thank you. The clock is also a tarot deck. I got funky stuff, you guys. You're gonna start seeing some more funky things. I'm at a point where I've got a backdrop that's different than this. This is one of those things, like it's a room divider, and I just bought two now because it's wider and it just looks better. But yeah, one more. How about one more question? You'd love a reading, so go to www.enchantedskye.com and hit services. Now, I'm sorry, I'm backed up. I'm back. I think you can still get the end of September. I think. No, excuse me, the end of August, end of August, there's still some openings. I saw that there were. I read on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is for my normal followers, my ones that I know real well. I call them my customers because I talk to them so often that I know them well. And I save that open just for them. So if they call me that day or they call me on a Sunday and say, hey, I need a reading, I can fit you in Wednesday. Other than that, I need my days off. I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I do my podcast Saturday morning, and I don't have Saturday. So I have to, because you have to remember, I'm running a farm. I'm gardening. I got to get my garden done, and I got to go get that shovel. We'll see what else. It's been crazy. So yeah. But anyway, one more question. Michael, assistant finding new okay, should you have Michael assist in finding new employment? Who do you mean? Do you mean Michael the Archangel? By the way, I can tell if when you call me and you do a reading, I can tell if you're summoning angels. I'll see them. And I'll say, oh, I see Michael. He's got his sword. Or I see Raphael. Raphael looks different. Like he's more like intellectual, sort of. But yeah, I can see them. And I'll say to him, oh, yeah, I pray every day to the angels because they're there. And they show them to me. So, okay. My link, somebody said they asked for a link. The links are in my bio on TikTok. So if you you'll see Instagram, which is blowing up too. My Instagram's now blowing up. I never really was on Instagram much. But now I am. So my Instagram and my YouTube are starting to blow up too. I know somebody wants to see some of my, these cards are 25 years old or 30 years old, or they're probably more than that. But I have certain decks I like. My other ones, my other favorite, where is my other favorite? I'll have to show you tomorrow. It's the Snoopy Peanuts one. It was $100 for that deck because it's a limited edition. And so I really wanted it because I'm a Generation X, that I love Peanuts. So yeah, I always have. And I've got my moon cards, and these are but I've got probably 30 decks. I'll have to show you sometime. There's certain ones that I like, and you'll see me pull them, but I always go back to these because these are and some people, I just got a new deck. Oh no, I want my old deck with all my energy all over it. I like these decks. This one I lost a card and I was hysterical about it, and then I found it was within another deck. I'm like, oh, there it is. So yeah. So, but I'll wear them out. They'll start losing their color and no, yeah. So anyway, all right, two more. Hi guys, thank you for following. Will my venture, the rebel baby, be successful? The rebel baby, be successful. You're going to change the name somehow slightly, and then yes. I don't know what that means, and it's like, I almost way you somehow change something some way. It's going to be okay, but it's going to just plod along, but then you're going to find some way to change this. I don't know if you're selling products and you change your product or what you're doing, but then it's going to take off. Give it about till the end of the year, like 6 months or so. Now you guys know I'm a Cap. I'm a Cap rising and I'm a Cap cusp, and I'm the business person of the zodiac. And I also need stability, and I like it. But I will tell you that this was all predicted that this would take off. And I owe it to a couple of my psychic friends because they kept saying, you just hold your horses, you just wait. But they said August. So this is July. So I guess maybe I'll even get even better. So, okay. So hold on, you guys. I'll take a couple more. That's it then. Okay. Your puppy vomits everything when they are in the car. What can you do for her? She's got, okay, this is what they're telling me to give her. Now she's got car sickness. I had a dog that I could never take anywhere. It was a boxer mix, and I could never take, she would just vomit. She just was car sick. And now I've got my Bryla that just is on that medicine that my golden retriever that's better, by the way. She was really sick. I thought she was going to die. She's better. She gets car. She doesn't like the car. Now, this is my suggestion, not being just a psychic, but in a pet smart, but they're telling me to try a little bit of antacid. It won't hurt her. It's just, it's a little bit, like a Tums. That's what they're telling me to tell you. But also, if you slowly get her used to being in the car, just a few miles at a time, for some reason, over time, it gets better. That's me talking. So, okay. Will you have it? You're having twins? Do you already have a child? Because there's 2 children that I see that look alike. I don't think they're twins, though. I think do you have an older child, like an older son, they look alike. So, but I don't think so. I think it's a single child. Is it a boy or girl? I need to know how many kids you got now, because you're having 2 boys and a girl. Okay. And everybody who knows how to do this, you look right here, like right there, right here. Look at right here, like 1, 2, 3. I have 3 kids. Look at 1, 2, 3. See three lines? 1, 2, 3. And then if you look really close, there's a line up here. See, there's a line up here. And that's my granddaughter. I'm very, very close with one of my grandkids. Like, I'm close with all 4 of them, but there's one I basically raised her. Because my mother, my daughter got really sick, like she was deathly ill. She willed her to me. And so I always consider her my daughter. And we're really close. She's psychic too. She's very psychic. And she's at 9, and I'm at a point where I told her when she turns about 12 or 13, I'm going to start teaching her the craft. She's watching, trust me. She watches what her grandmother does, so she knows. Yeah. So, I would love to put my grandkids on. I'm scared too. With all these weirdos out there nowadays, I think when my one granddaughter turns maybe 13 or 14, that maybe I might. I think she's old enough. I still have to be careful, these weirdos. So that's why I haven't. And one looks exactly like me. Like my youngest one, she's the horse lover, and they're both left-handed, like I am. They're very much like their grandmother. One looks very much like me though. Like, it's striking. And I just kind of chuckle. She's even got, like, I have a weird foot. I got a really high arch and stuff. She's got the same foot. Her hands, I got really big hands. She's got really big hands. Yeah, it's my left-handedness, She's very athletic. I'm athletic. Even though I'm heavy, I'm very athletic. So anyway, thank you. I appreciate it. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Why do I see a star card for you today? I don't know. That means you're getting your wish. So what do you want? You're getting a star card. See, sometimes I see in terms of material cards also. I'm seeing a star card for you. Yeah, I see a star card. You're getting some type of wish granted today. So just think about it. If not, let me know. Okay. Is your birth mother still alive? Yes. I know this is crazy, but I can see her, and I can tell when they're alive or dead. I know that sounds crazy, but they show me like certain things. Now, I had a friend that did this mediumship stuff, and they did where they would show if they were alive, they would be in color. If they were past, they'd be in black and white. So, to me, yes, they look alive, very much alive yet, but not in good health. There is poor health, by the way. Okay. Will your finances get better? Well, I still say everybody's finances are getting better. I'm going to tell you, here's a prediction. You want to hear this. There's something going on in August, positive. There's a positive finance increase somehow in August. I don't know why, and I don't know how. I predicted it earlier in the year, or I did in June, that there was maybe a surge in the stock market or something. And I don't know. I just know also, I tell you, I believe I pull cards. Like, I don't always believe in them, but I do know when you see them over time in a certain way, that every single financing career I pulled for my YouTube has a good outcome for finances for this August. And there's an increase in money somehow. So I think that, I've lost $30-some thousand in the stock market right now. I knew it was coming. I predicted to the month what I said. I said in May we'd have some type of a crash or something was coming, and I predicted it. And I couldn't touch my money. They won't let me touch it because this guy can't touch it till I'm 60. So I couldn't even move it around. I was like, oh, can't I just move it around? But yeah. So anyway, all right. Thank you to Virgin Heart. Are you psychic? Everybody's psychic. Everybody has ability. It's which ones. Go to if you can't ever find me on Google Podcast because it hasn't been posted because Anchor's screwing up. We post it to Anchor. Anchor's supposed to be posting it to Google, and like I've got like 7 places you can get my stuff, and they're not doing it. But if you go to 216thenet.com, everything I do is on there. Also my YouTube, Lana's Enchanted Sky, and if you scroll back, you'll see where it says empathic gifts. And I think I taught that probably in 2021, and there's like 7 to 9 empathic gifts. Everybody's got them. Just like I said, even one is even having an empathic gift for numbers, being very, very good with numbers. It's an empathic gift because you're empathic. You're using how you feel. See what I'm saying about numbers? So, okay. All right. All right. One more question and then I'm going to be gone. I've been on here almost an hour, you guys. Wow. I'm never usually on here. Should you move to Tennessee? You're moving, but I don't know if it's Tennessee. It feels a little cooler than Tennessee. Like could it be Virginia or North Carolina or somewhere? It feels a little cooler than that. Okay. All right, you guys, I am out of here. I have a lot of stuff to do and I have to go buy a new shovel. I can't believe I have to go to Menards and buy another shovel. Who does that? Seriously, you guys. Anyway, you guys take care, and I'll be back tomorrow. You can ask me a couple more questions. They're only 1 questions. I keep them simple. If you want a reading, www.enchantedskye.com. You can. I'm booked a month out, but sometimes if you look carefully, you'll see where somebody's canceled, and you'll just grab that one. But I am booked about a month out. So okay, blessings to everybody.